some people you've done intros for?
Oh man, well after Jay, I worked with Ice Cube, I worked with Fabolous, worked with Queen Latifah, and obviously the family, Memphis Bleek, Freeway, DJ Clue.
How'd you funk master with Benny Butcher? How'd you feel?
Well, Benny, big shout out to the whole Griselda movement. And listen, when we're talking about stuff, Benny right now is in the hospital. He had like an asthma attack. So
is he okay?
we wanted, it was non-COVID related. He had an asthma attack, so we want to give a big shout out to him and a quick, speedy recovery. But he came and he contacted me. He's like, yo, listen, I want to do like a Reasonable Doubt-esque kind of album, and it can't be done without your voice. And I was honored that this is now like 4 or 5 generations away from what we were doing. You know what I mean? Because you have the Jay, Nas, DMX time, and you have, later on, you have the South, which is the 2000s, and Nelly and his movement, and later on, you get, the Houston movement with all of them, and a lot of generations have kind of came and went, and now someone still feels the relevancy of that album and says, yo, I want that on you. Or I want your stuff on my joint.
And you're on like one of the hottest. You're on Burden of Proof.
Yeah, Burden of Proof. Yeah, it's crazy.
That song is serious.
Yeah.
If you had to choose one, Reasonable Doubt, Burden of Proof, one of the ones that you were on, which one do you choose?
What do y'all think, man? Big shout out to Benny the Butcher. I love it, man. I love Griselda. I love the whole movement. Ain't nothing in my mind gonna eclipse being on Reasonable Doubt. Like there's a song that came out recently a few years ago. Do you remember that song?
One of the best hip hop albums.
No. It's by Lord. She goes talking about Grey Goose, coming in the club, and we don't care. Yeah. And she says a line in there that I love. She goes, "We're bigger than we ever dreamed, and I'm in love with being queen." But obviously I'm not queen. But she said, "I'm bigger than I ever dreamed." That's what that album represents to me, being on it. It's bigger to me than I could ever dream. You know what I mean? It was.
You never saw this coming.
I never saw that coming, and it was the acceptance part that, yo, you put that album together, y'all, for like 2-3 years. That was every experience JayZ had been
Actually, no disrespect, Jay did that album like fucking 4 months.
Okay, but it was every experience that he'd been through in his 27 years of life.
25.
He was 27 at the time.
When he did the album, he was 25, 26.
Okay, so 25, 26, but the album dropped when he's 27.
Yeah,
so basically everything that he's been up to that point now, if you press play on that album, you ain't gonna hear JayZ. You're gonna hear me.
You ain't lying.
And you're gonna hear me doing what I've always done, on the block, doing those voices, expressing myself, letting out my anger, channeling my anger, letting out my frustration. I cannot thank them and you for that, for giving me that I'm the first thing you hear on this classic thing. Like we talk about Illmatic, we talk about Ready to Die. When you talk about Reasonable Doubt, first thing you're gonna hear when you play it is me. Not freestyling, not doing the beatbox, none of that. Just pain in the ass, being pain in the ass.
Talking that shit.
That's crazy. I can't fathom that. I'm bigger than I ever dreamed at that point. I was just happy that y'all was giving me love and showing me love, and now I'm on an album. Think about this dichotomy. I'm an intern. I'm going to the store for these people. And now I'm on the #1 artist on the label's album and doing skip. Like, does that make any sense to you in any world?
That shit.
That has to be God. That's the only way that could happen. That's God, man.
So
that's a God-given gift. And if God gave me that gift, he gave me a responsibility with that gift to gift other people with that too. That's the thing. That's the thing about the each one teach one and the domino effect of someone helping you out. When someone helps you out, it's not for you. It's for you to help out the next person and the next person after that and the next person after that. And that's how we all rise. That's how we all get out of our situation. That's how all get to express like I got to express. Because had I not, who knows what the fuck my life would be like right now. Do you know what I'm saying? The importance of that.